Welcome back to the channel. This game continues the British Championship of 1984. This was round 7. Nigel had a draw in round 6 and was still doing very well with 4.5 out of 6. This game he played Praveen, Thipsay, a GM from India, and the game started as a Roy Lopez. And Thipsay opts for the open variation. This is all normal theory. This looks like a typical Roy Lopez position. A slightly unusual move from black, threatening the bishop, which wants to come to c2 anyway. And pinning the knight. Black could have taken the e5 pawn before, due to bishop takes c5 and loses a piece. So he's now threatening the pawn. So white starts towards the queen. Here Thipsay decides to give up the h pawn. Obviously he's going to trap the bishop with g6, but white's going to get 3 pawns and a strong attack. And this is quite an interesting position. Obviously the bishop's attacked and it's got to maintain its protection of the knight on e6. So he plays bishop to f5, which is actually a bit of a mistake, because after the check, I can play g4. And the idea, as you'll see in the game, is if it's taken, which it is, then white can check, forking the king and the bishop, but can't take it straight away due to rook to g8, pinning the queen against the king. So instead he's got a very nice in-between move, which is king to h1. And this is a very strong move. If bishop takes f3, then knight takes f3, rook takes, white picks up the knight, and this is going to be checkmate. So black can't do that, so he has to move his bishop somewhere. So he opts to go back to f5 again. Sorry, beg your pardon, f5. So Nigel continues with the check, and now the bishop obviously can block. But it's very uncomfortable for black already. I think white's already in a winning position, even though he's a pawn up. His king is so weak. The knight's hanging on e6, which is about to be taken. And this is just a horrible position for black now. So he defends his c6 knight with a queen. White grabs the open file. And black's scrambling to defend somehow. Queen to h3 obviously pins the bishop against the king. Maybe queen to h6 would have been slightly better. But obviously e6 is in the offing as well. It's just so many good moves for white. Black hits the e5 pawn, but Nigel just ignores that and plays bishop h6, obviously threatening bishop g7 check, forking the rook eventually if it takes the e5 pawn. So black's still scrambling to defend the trade of bishops. And here Nigel decides to defend the pawn by offering a trade of the rooks. Probably just to simplify the position. He's 2 pawns up and with a very strong past D pawn. Probably thought the easiest way was just to simplify the position. All the pieces come off on the F5 square, and white just defends the E pawn. So he's a clear 2 pawns up, and the E5 pawn is going to be decisive in the game. It's just defending the F2 pawn. And knight to B3. This is actually the final move in the game. Thipsay has decided he had enough. I mean, he could have played on for a few moves, but as I said, white's 2 pawns to the good. It's just a matter of technique. Knight's going to head into C5 and harass the queenside pawns. And black really hasn't got any counterplay at all and can't really do much at all, really. Pawns are just going to start rolling. So Nigel moves to 5.5 out of 7 and continues his very strong British Championship. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the game, and I'll be back with more from the British Championship 1984 in due course. Please like and subscribe, and bye for now. Cheers.